Friday night for dinner, and Ali and I are having pho, which sounds slightly weird to say for me because it's spelt P-H-O, so I'm automatically want to say pho, but it's not. I've looked it up. I think it's pho is the correct pronunciation. So it's a Vietnamese inspired noodle dish, or it is a Vietnamese dish, the actual pho, but I've kind of changed it a bit because it is meant to be rice noodles, but I've used egg noodles. So it's basically like a meat and some vegetables and all that, and then you top it all with a broth. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if I've put enough in, but I didn't want to put too much in just at the minute until I see, because I've never made this before. I do have a lot more if I want to add it. So I chose steak because we were getting steaks for last night. If you saw my meals of the week, it was the last meal of last week we had steak. So I picked up another steak so we could have steak with this. I've got some carrots. These are just raw, but apparently, oh, the bean sprouts as well, they're raw. But apparently when you put the broth on, it starts to cook, so it's not like proper hard raw vegetables. Now I've got some egg noodles. Like I said, it is meant to be rice noodles, but I'm not keen on rice noodles. I don't think I am. I've not had them for a very long time. It might have changed, but I just didn't want to ruin this dish. I've also got some Thai basil and coriander there, and I've topped it with some of the bird eye chilies. I keep wanting to say bird's eye chilies, bird eye chilies, and they're quite spicy. So I'm getting my chili fix here, and I think the idea is you just mix it all together and eat. I mean, it smells delicious. The broth is very, very rich. It's like a beef broth, and then you add star anise, cardamom pods, cinnamon sticks. Try to think what else. Whole cloves, whole coriander, and oh, it's just very rich, and I'm hoping Ali likes it. I do like it. I think I need to add some salt because I'm British. We add salt to everything. Yeah, so that's my one, and that's Ali's, and hopefully he likes it. Saturday night for dinner, and we're having chicken and chorizo pasta. I used spaghetti because I only have enough pasta left for one meal, and I wanted to use it for something else, so I used spaghetti instead for tonight's dinner. It was nice and easy. Homemade tomato sauce, which is free, chicken is free, and 4.5 cents worth of chorizo. And then on the side I've got some roasted tomatoes because I just don't have enough tomatoes already in my tomato sauce. So that's my one, and that's Ali's. He actually has some garlic bread to go with his. Sunday night for dinner, and we're having roast pork. It's mustard and lemon roasted pork. I will link the recipe down below. It's a Slim and World recipe, actually on the Slim and World website, which I don't use very often. Maybe once or twice I've used their recipes. I don't always find them that great, to be honest with you, but this one's actually quite nice. Well, this is the first time I've tried it, and the little bit of pork that I tried was very flavourful. So it's completely sin-free because I trimmed all the fat off, and I'm not having any gravy or that. And on the side I've got some of the roasted veg. It was suggested, or part of the recipe or something. I changed some of the veg about and all that. I think you could put butternut squash and other ones, but I just put what I wanted in, and I've got asparagus, leeks, red onion and carrots. And there's just some thyme and fry light on that. So it's completely sin-free for tonight's dinner. That's my one. And this is Ali's. I made him a couple of roast potatoes. He's got the pork, the veg, and I did make up a gravy with the juices from the pork, but the pork was marinated in lemon and mustard, so I think the gravy is actually quite lemony. So I don't know if he'll like it, which is why I've put it in a little pot. And for pudding tonight, I made Ali a vanilla sponge cake. Just a plain old vanilla sponge cake, nothing fancy. I've been cooking all day. Monday night for dinner, and we're having homemade jalapeno burgers. They're completely sin-free because I made them using the 5% beef mince or steak mince. The roll is my healthy extra B choice. I've got some cucumber on the bottom. I would have had some lettuce, but I've not got any. I didn't get any from the shops. I do have half a cin's worth of mayonnaise on the bottom as well. And this cheese is this Vitalite stuff. I had a voucher for it, which is why I got it. I couldn't find the cins online for it, but I worked it out using the 20 calories to 1 cin rule, which worked out at 3 cins a slice, which seems about right, if like in my head. So 3 sins I'm counting for the cheese. I've got some of this black kale. I just done that the normal way that I do kale, the crispy kale with the salt and chilli seasoning. Just some plain roasted plum tomatoes for speed, so the kale for speed, and some beans, just because I wanted beans. And this is Ali's. He's having the same, except he's not got tomatoes, he's got some cheesy coleslaw, some very runny cheesy coleslaw. That's not homemade. That's with Sainsbury's. Tuesday night for dinner and we're having cottage pie. It is completely sin free. Instead of using mash to top mine this time, I used some neeps or turnip or swede, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so I'm just trying to be a bit better with all the potatoes and rice and pasta that I eat for the last few days, because I eat a lot usually. So it's 5% mince, and then there's carrots and onions in the mince and some gravy. Well, it's not actual sinned gravy, it's just oxo cubes and water. And on the side I've got some mushrooms and Brussels sprouts for speed, so that's mine. And Ali, I topped his with mashed potato, and he's got sweet corn on the side because he doesn't like any of the vegetables. Wednesday night for dinner and we're having sweet and sour chicken with egg fried rice and some stir fry veg. Well, I'm having stir fry veg. This actually came about because my mum gave us some tubs of sweet and sour sauce when we had a Chinese at hers a couple of weeks ago. They had a lot of sauce left over and I froze it. And I used to make a dinner for Ali, which was just like boiled rice, chicken nuggets and sweet and sour sauce, all the cheap stuff when I was more frugal than I am now. And we really enjoyed it, so he wanted that, so I made it for him. I wasn't going to make it for me, but then I read that the sins were only 1 sin a tablespoon for the sweet and sour sauce from the Chinese, so I thought I could have a couple. So I made myself a chicken breast instead of having the chicken nuggets like Ali, and then I've got plain egg fried rice. When I say plain, it means I've not put toasted sesame oil in it, which I would love to put in it, but it would take me way over my sins for today. So it's just done in some soy sauce, it's got egg in it and some fry light. It's still pretty tasty, but it's just even better with toasted sesame oil. And then on the side for speed, I've just stir fried some mushrooms, some of the bean sprouts from the pho that we had the other day, and some spring onions that I needed to use up, and they're just done in a little garlic and soy sauce. So, oh, and I never said I used 3 tablespoons of the soya sauce, so it's 3 sins in total for tonight's dinner. That's my one. And Ali's. He does have toasted sesame oil in his egg fried rice. I took my egg fried rice out and then put it in his. Thursday night for dinner and we're having slow cooked sausage casserole. I made it using the Sainsbury's Be Good to Yourself sausages, which are 1 sin each. And it's just got loads of carrots, mushrooms and onions, tomatoes. It's just fully speed veg. So it's 3 sins because I have 3 sausages and I've not got any mash or anything like that. That's my one. And Ali, he's just got the same. I did make him a little drop of mash though.